All right, that pretty much concludes our discussion of the major topics this week, and that brings us into one of our very own segments, Thanks and No Thanks. This is a segment dedicated to recognizing two people, one that we're thankful for and one that we're not exactly thankful for their contributions to the sports world this week. This week's thank you goes out to Gritty, the lovable but also terrifying mascot of the Philadelphia Flyers. He took to Twitter to post a letter to his fans saying that he is all right, and we're just going to read you that letter now.
My dear Gritizens, we have no hockey, but we have each other. Now is when I would typically embrace you with my fur, but instead I will envelop you with my words. Social distancing.
I know a lot of you have been asking me if I'm okay and wondering what I've been up to. The most adorable creatures seem immune. Dogs, small children, and possibly me. Regardless, I am taking this very seriously. My paws are very clean. My home is completely wrapped in toilet paper. The virus is not getting in.
I'm health in its purest form. My body temperature is at the classic gritty average of negative 55.6 degrees Celsius. I've never felt slimmer, but I still can't seem to shake the swimmer's ear, which is an ongoing issue. You know what they say, when the virus goes low, we go high.
Well, the DVD box at the toilet paper store was out of options, so now I'm on my 9th watch of Osmosis Jones, 2001 film, fantasy/action. I also started watching Lost. I couldn't find seasons 1 or 2, so I started on season 3, and I can't help but feel like I'm missing something important.
I'm lonely, so I'm sure you are too. We can be lonely together. Maybe being together in loneliness will make us not lonely. I recognize that there's a lot going on, and I rightfully assume my duty to be the orange light of hope in this COVID-19 covered world. After all, laughter is the best medicine. Next to medicine. Peace, love, sanitizer, waves. Gritty.
That's really touching. It kind of hits you right in your soul, but it also makes you think, and that's just pure art in its purest form. What do you think?
That letter just hits different.
That pretty much says it all.
Man, it just hits different. I'm going to leave it at that.
So now let's move to an orange creature we love, to an orange creature we hate. That is the coach of Clemson football, Dabo Swinney. On Friday, the head coach said that he firmly believes football season will start on time, saying, quote, "This is America, man. We stormed the beaches of Normandy. We're going to rise up and kick this thing right in the teeth." I admire his confidence, but let's face it, he is not a professional. The only thing he's professional at is football. I think the only reason that he wants this is because he is the last coach to lose a college football game. Because that loss in the championship game to LSU, if we never get football back, he will be remembered as the last coach to ever lose a football game. Now, I must admit, there is a small part of me that hopes that this season is canceled. Partially so Dabo is wrong, and partially so we can go a year without losing to Clemson at the University of South Carolina.
Moving on to our next section, 2001, A Sports Oddity. This is a play on words of our beloved football intro song, 2001, A Space Odyssey. Here we'll talk about weird things from this past week in sports. Honestly, Ryan, right now, the entire sports world is weird, so there you go, the end.
That does pretty much sum it up for this week of 2001, A Sports Oddity. We promise to have more better stuff than this as the show progresses. We have made it to our final segment of the show. That is Quick Hitters. So how this works, we picked out a bunch of random storylines, some more serious than others, from this past week in sports. We're going to have 5 minutes. I'm going to put up a timer. 5 minutes to go through all of these. If we don't get to any, we'll just push them off to next week. And if we have time left over, it'll be a small miracle. So, are you ready?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh wait, I'm dumb and started the clock too early. So let's just reset it. So, 5 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1. ESPN is airing a 2K tournament with 16 NBA players. They have moved on to the second round. Out of these players, which is the favorite? Trae Young, Devin Booker, Andre Drummond, Montrezl Harrell, DeAndre Ayton, Rui Hachimura, Patrick Beverly, or Derrick Jones Jr.
Man, I'm going to have to go with Derrick Jones Jr. That's my pick. What's your pick, Ryan?
I think that's a good bet, especially if Dwayne Wade is the judge. So, next.
All right, moving on. USL is having a Rocket League tournament. Thoughts?
I feel like this is just a subtle dig at FIFA for not including USL as a league. What do you think?
Very good point. My first thought, Rocket League is hard in the end.
That pretty much sums it up. The National Basketball Association has announced their 2020 Hall of Fame class, including Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Tamika Catchings, and the late, great Kobe Bryant. Is this the best Hall of Fame class ever?
Wow, that's a really tough question. It's between that class or 2009, which is Michael Jordan, David Robinson, John Stockton. Man, right now I'm going to have to say it's the second best after 2009. What do you think?
I'm going to go with this one. It might just be recency bias. It might be because of Kobe Bryant. But I just feel like these players have really contributed a lot to the game of basketball, and they would be my choice for the most powerful Hall of Fame class. Next.
I would agree with that, most powerful. Moving on, MLB has canceled their London series in June. Thoughts?
I'm really sad that we're not going to see another 18-17 game like the Yankees and Red Sox put up last year. And also, I'm just kind of curious if England's cricket team were to come over to the U.S., would that be popular? That was my thoughts. What are you thinking?
Valid question.
Yeah.
My thoughts were, who in England watches baseball? Just a curious question.
That is a good question. April Fool's Day was last week. What is the best trick play you've seen?
That I've seen? Man. Probably South Carolina, Alabama, the fake field goal was the best one I've seen. Best one all time, in my opinion, was 2007, Fiesta Bowl, Boise State Statue of Liberty to win it in overtime. Much
respect. That was pretty awesome. My favorite is when Andrei Svechnikov of the Carolina Hurricanes did a lacrosse goal by putting the puck on his stick and flicking it into the goal.
Yeah, that was great too. More on this next week, but is Antonio Brown going to Baltimore?
My first thought, that would be deadly. Oops. Okay, we should not use that when we're talking about Baltimore. Sorry, what do you think?
I sure hope he doesn't.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right, Tom Brady's new house.
It has seven beds, You're good. 7 beds, 9 baths, a pool. It's on the waterfront. It has 2 boat lifts. That is the ultimate flex.
You said it, man. Just an ultimate flex. Alright, the ban for those involved in the Astros scandal will end in 2020, regardless of if a season is played. Wow, MLB keeps finding new ways to make the situation worse.
Yeah, I just really don't like this move because they're not being punished at all. Like, I feel like they haven't really been punished at all anyway. But the players and managers and all that, this would actually be no punishment. Moving on, we have less than a minute to go. The NBA and ESPN are considering a horse competition. What do you think?
I think they should play instead of horse coronavirus. 1, it'd be longer. 2, what else does ESPN have to play? Like best inbounds passes of 2007. Just my thoughts. Brian, what do you think?
I would say that every competitor must be over 7 feet tall. We would have Taco Fall, Kristaps, Rudy Gobert. Okay, let's not have Rudy Gobert. And last topic. Robert Quinn has chosen between the Falcons and the Bears by flipping a coin. What if all decisions were made this way?
Well, I'm not sure if it would make life more stressful or less stressful.
That is time. All right, well, wow.
Moving on to shout-outs.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, what's yours?
I would like to shout out Gamecock women's basketball. They had a phenomenal season. They had the coach of the year, freshman of the year, an All-American point guard, and they scared Mississippi State head coach Vic Schaefer out of the SEC. What do you think for your shout-out?
Well, for my shout-out, I'm going to say shout-out to Matt Ryan, quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons, for going undercover as an employee at their team store in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
All right, and that's it. We have made it through episode 1 of Kicker and the Waterboy. Wow. Well done.
You as well, man.
So, stuff that we plan to talk about next week. Obviously, whatever happens over these next 7 days. Plus, we might get around to some NFL free agency. And we invite you to go follow our Twitter. It's at Kicker and WB. That's Kicker and the word and WB. And that's our show.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Absolutely. As Gritty said, wash them hands.